This is the night before the Readathon, and I thought we would introduce our to-be-read piles for the Readathon. I'm Danica.
I am Ron.
I'm Steffi and Lola.
The dogs are crawling on us. Okay, so I thought I'd go through our TBR piles and jump out of this squishy part here. This is my stack here. Also, the dog has decided to sit on me, so that's just what's happening. First, I'm going to finish Ramona Blue. I am not quite halfway through it. And then I have Little Brother by Cory Doctorow. I want to read the sequel as well because I loved Little Brother when I read it like 10 years ago, but I thought I would refresh myself on the first one. And I've got Tomboy Survival Guide by Ivan Coyote. I love all of their books. I have one erotica book and then a bunch of graphic novels and one more teen book if I can get to it that I just got from the library, Radio Silence, and that is my stack. I can always do more if I run out, but this should probably last me.
Okay. This is the book I'm currently reading, Ailey Martinez, In the Company of Ogres. I was told that it's good to start one of these halfway through a book so that you don't have to do much thinking at 5 a.m. So this is the book I will be starting by finishing. The rest of my stuff, I kind of went with a bunch of illustrated stuff and a bunch of short stories. I've got Little Tales of Misogyny by Patricia Highsmith, who I've read a lot about and I think is super cool, but I've never actually read anything by, so that's exciting. The Story of the Eye. This I've also heard a lot about, all terrible. I chose this specifically for my hour 23 book when I'm sleep deprived. I wanted to get something just completely messed up and weird to read at the end, and this was recommended by a lot of people. Much like Stephanie, I am also reading Howl's Moving Castle and The Last Hero. Again, both illustrated, both quick reads, and both books I've been wanting to get to for a while. I've got Stardust, also illustrated, and then I've got myself a little stack of horror graphic novels. I've been really wanting to catch up on some graphic novels, and it seems like a good opportunity. And my favorite thing I'm going to be reading tomorrow is I have a Ralph Steadman illustrated copy of Animal Farm, and I am obsessed with Ralph Steadman. You couldn't get much timelier when it comes to reading Orwell, so yeah, I'll be wrapping it up with that.
Hi. I'm not going to go through all of these because, as we have just named it, a Stephanie stack would take a solid 20 minutes to talk about why I love all of them. Say, Ron and I have some shared interests this fine day coming up. We have different editions though, so maybe it'll be fun to compare Howl's Moving Castle and Last Hero by two of my favorite children's and fantasy authors. My first book I'll be starting with is Purple Hibiscus. I've never actually read a full Adichie book before, and so I thought I'd start with her first one, which is also the favorite of a dear friend of mine. I'm halfway through that. We'll finish that. Other highlights are this book that at our store has been requested by approximately 15 billion people, so I really want to see what all the fuss is about. It's my only book of poetry. Shout out to a dear friend of mine, Zoe, too, who's always trying to get me to read more. This, Shirley Jackson, of course, and The Lottery will be my creepy 23rd hour of reading, perhaps accompanied by Hound of the Baskervilles. So I have my horror books in for today. And the only other one I really think is a standout mention is Fortunately the Milk. This will be my getting myself excited as a little bit of a boost. Neil Gaiman's hilarious trip of a father going and fighting dinosaurs to buy milk for his kids, also illustrated. So I will consider myself all accomplished if I get through these, and these are backups if I get tired of any of the others.
I had to get a shot of the snacks table. We have a whole array here. This is my stuff. Got a whole vegan cheese plate buried in there. And then Ron's snacking edge over here. And Stephanie's over here. And this is the pre-readathon meal. So I think that should be able to cover it. So it's 9 a.m., Readathon hour 4, and I've finished my first book, Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy. It's really good. I liked it. I'm gonna have a lot to say in my review. I'll do a Lesbury review with all my thoughts. My snacks so far, I had a Frappuccino. I had the scone from Whole Foods, the vegan chocolate chip scones, which I love. Some fruit. I'm trying to keep it light. So far it's great. I feel very awake, even though I did not get a lot of sleep last night. So we'll see how long that lasts, but so far, feeling good.
I can just start?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, it's just after 9 o'clock. I am currently alternating between salty and sweet. For sweet, I have Ailey Martinez, who is known as the American Terry Pratchett, And I also have this mixture of sea salt and chocolate covered pretzel bites, honey roasted peanuts, and dark chocolate covered almonds. For the salty, I have this bag of crunchy cheesies, which I have cut with jalapeno cheddar crunchy cheesies. It also has ale and cheddar pretzel bites and honey mustard pretzel bites. And for my salty read, I have actual Terry Pratchett, which I'm going to be starting right now.
So good morning. Still awake, though I'm finding it hard to believe it. So I'm not as much of a connoisseur snacker as Ron. I'm a more simple soul, so I have my mocha from Starbucks, which I intend to nurse for as long as humanly possible. And this morning I decided to stop with purple hibiscus because it was getting me down, and went instead to my break into romance genre, Bodice Ripper Loretta Chase, which is delightful and hilarious, perfect for my morning mood. And to maintain the sense of humor, I am going to start my beloved illustrated copy of Last Hero alongside with Ron. I'm looking forward to seeing if the illustrations are the same. I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what happens in here. But yeah, that's probably in the next couple of hours. Really looking forward to it, and breaking open the Oreos in approximately 45 minutes.
Just taking a break to make some snacks. Well, I thought I was making smoked Gouda on rosemary and olive oil Triscuits. I love Triscuits, as does everyone that I know of. Unfortunately, what I thought to be smoked Gouda has turned out to be smoke-flavored Gouda, which is why you probably shouldn't buy artisan cheeses at Walmart. I'm still pretty excited. I tried one. It was fine. Smells a little different, I guess, than you're used to. But I think one of the most strategic things you can do during a readathon is try to keep your energy level up without just destroying your stomach with things like chocolate and coffee and heavy foods and stuff. So we'll see how it goes, and that's where I'm at right now. Oh yeah, also I'm reading some books. I'm just wrapping up my illustrated Terry Pratchett. It is amazing. After reading sort of a Terry Pratchett, I don't want to call him a Terry Pratchett knockoff because he's really good, but after reading a Terry Pratchett read-alike, it's really exciting to read an actual Terry Pratchett. Reading's going great. The day so far has just been awesome. And yeah, excited for more snacking and reading.
I too, like Ron, I'm still on The Last Hero, and it's just, it makes me wish I had more Pratchett to read. I had a bit of a break with Rhyme Stew, Roald Dahl's book of dirty poetry, which is hilarious and whimsical and very crazy Lewis Carroll-esque, so I'm saving the rest of that for later. But in the meantime, I have my one healthy dinner, rice with broccoli, other veggies, and chicken, which I'm really looking forward to, accompanied by, because we're oh so elegant, ginger and lemongrass. So saving the rest of my healthy stuff for later. I need to wait till I'm done Pratchett to do the mangoes because they take so freaking forever to cut up. But yeah, loving the readathon so far.
So we just finished hour 8. It's a third of the way through the readathon. I think we're all still feeling really good, reading strong. I am most of the way through the Tomboy Survival Guide by Ivan Coyote, and this is the first Ivan Coyote book I've read in a long time, and they're one of my favorite authors, and I am just loving it. I kind of forgot how much I missed their writing. It's just so great. It's also time for my first real meal of the day. I have this little vegan cheese platter here that is not very pretty, but it's going to be super tasty. I've got this local salsa that hopefully will be a good addition, but I haven't tried it yet. I have this smoked farmhouse vegan cheese, which is super expensive and also amazing and delicious. And then some smoked tofu and this stuff, which is like a cream cheese. And I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm gonna dig in now, and we'll see you 4 hours from now. So it is now 5 o'clock, and I definitely feel like I've reached the halfway mark. I, for one, am super tired. I didn't sleep very well last night, and it's definitely catching up with me. I read 2 of these Library Wars manga, which were fun and fluffy, and then I'm reading this ridiculous erotica book, which I probably won't rate very highly. And yeah, I will probably take a nap because I am very sleepy. And hopefully I can last another 12 hours.
So I folded about 45 minutes ago and recognized my eyes need for a little, time off. But I'm very happy so far. Finished my first book. got through one of probably my favorite reads so far, the illustrated Last Hero, which brought me so much joy. With that one afterwards, Danica's excellent advice was to go for something a little bit serious, so I also finally finished a book I started a while ago, The Wonderful Between the World and Me, and decided to follow up reading this new Rebecca Solnit book that I thought would be a nice kind of continuation from Ta-Nehisi Coates, and as amazing as it is, I think I'm going to put it away and finish it another day and go with some fiction instead, because it's a little bit heavy for my eyes to be handling right now, but I still well recommended. I will finish this perhaps next week. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to my Roald Dahl rhymes too, but so far I've been very happy with my progress.
It is hour 13? It's hour 13. We just did 12 hours, so it is hour 13. I am just wrapping up the second volume of The Wicked and the Divine. I actually had to take a pit stop and go read the synopsis of the first volume because there's a lot going on in this series, but it is awesome. So I'm really digging it. I also slammed a big packet of Vega 1, which it's absolutely disgusting to drink, but I just feel completely awake and full of energy. So yeah, things are rolling along well. I'm gonna wrap this up and I'm gonna go back to my intermediary book that I'm kind of reading a couple chapters of between all my other books, which is the Ailey Martinez that I've been working on. Things are going great, snacking's good, books are good, energy levels are good, no naps, I still feel solid, and I'm kind of hoping I'm going to make it 24 hours. I've never done it even close, but I'm gonna try this time.
So this is our 9 p.m. hour 16 snack. Bumbleberry pie, very excited to dig in.
So with Bumbleberry Pie heartening me up, I've made a lot of progress on my latest book, Howl's Moving Castle, and I'm just probably going to keep it to this because I really want to finish it before I need my other nap. With only other to say, I also managed to get through the illustrated edition of A Monster Calls and was weeping by the end practically, definitely on the inside. Oreos helped me get over that, and so I decided to keep on with my kid spread, so I'm just going to go back to that.
Hey, it's hour
16.
16, or no, finished 16 hours, so it's hour 17.
Yes.
It's hour 17. I gotta be honest, I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm starting to feel a little bit sleepy. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm the only one of the three of us who didn't take a nap today. Just putting that out there. Danica, you can edit that out. Feeling a little sleepy. My goal right now is I want to wrap this guy up. I got about 100 pages left. I got a book of short stories by Patricia Highsmith I really wanted to get to, and also several folk, including a few of the good people at Book Riot, recommended I read Witches, the graphic novel, so I really want to get that done today too. If I get all that done, honestly, I'm calling it a success. I'm going to try to stay awake the 24 hours. Starting to feel a little less confident, starting to feel a little less likely, but yeah, like I said, as long as I get everything read that I really wanted to read, then I'm totally happy. And I've definitely already hit my snack quota for the day, so it's all just gravy, some of it literally, here on out.
So it's 9 p.m., just finished hour 16, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling more energetic than I was. I finally finished 13 Hours, which is a lesbian erotica book that is about being trapped in an elevator for 13 hours, which was both worse and better than I expected. Mostly it was kind of a write-off because it is super anti-sex work and very like shaming people for sex work and for stripping, and it not good. So this is what I've finished so far. Just over 700 pages and 2 manga volumes. I was thinking that it was the 3/4 mark, but I'm just really bad at math and it's the 2/3 mark, and I can't believe there's 8 hours left of this. Not sure I'm gonna make it that whole time, but we'll see. I'm ready to have some pie and see how long I can make it. So it is 1 a.m., hour 20 of the Readathon. I finished Hellcat Volume 1, which I really enjoyed, but for some reason took me 2 hours to read, which seems like a long time for such a short graphic novel. And then I started rereading Little Brother because I wanted to read Little Brother and then read Homeland, which I've never read before, but I didn't remember from when I read it as a teenager that Little Brother starts within 20 pages, has a bunch of transphobic slurs and just lots of hatred of homeless people, and I just realized I didn't want to read it, and then I didn't want to read the sequel either, so I switched to Patrick Ness, and now I'm reading The Rest of Us Just Live Here, which I'm really enjoying so far. And even though it's 1 a.m. and hour 20 just finished, I am actually feeling pretty good. I feel like I could make it the full 24 hours. We'll see how long Ron lasts.
So I'm fading. I think I'm gonna try for one more book, but I'm going to a little bit more sleep first. I was really pleased I finished Howl's Moving Castle, which is just as excellent as I thought. And I got through Rupi Kaur's book of poetry, which was also delightful. Took a lot of heart out of me. So I'm gonna give myself another hour nap, and then I think I'm just going to finish off the night in a last couple hours with Miss Shirley Jackson. We'll see if I get through it.
Just pushing through the last little bit of my on again off again book. I finished my book of short stories I wanted to do, so all I've got left on my TBR is one graphic novel and one weird 1920s book of just like oddball erotica that I chose for whatever reason. I'm feeling pretty confident. I think I'm going to make it to, I think I'm going to do the whole 24. I'm pretty close to dipping into my Pepsi, which is always a bad sign, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, feeling good right now.
Our Readathon buddies are passed out though. So it's 4 a.m. We are just entering the 24th hour, and I am really having a lot of trouble keeping my eyes open. Steph is long since fallen asleep. Me and Ron are trying to muscle through to the very end. I'm reading this kids graphic novel that I saw at the library and picked up as a quick readathon read. But even this is like a little bit challenging for how out of it I am right now. I finished The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness, which I liked. I didn't totally love, but I thought it was okay. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to sleep. Can't wait to have sleep soon. So, yeah. We're probably going to finish the night listening to an audiobook and trying not to fall asleep to it. Alright, whenever you're ready.
So it's just after 4, so we have just under an hour left. I'm probably just going to say most of the same things that Danica is saying. Super tired, had an awesome day, tons of good snacks, tons of good books. Just going to switch over to an audiobook now. I'll probably wake up tomorrow not knowing if I made it the whole 24 hours or not, because I'll probably pass out at some point in the next little while listening to the audiobook. Hopefully I'm still up at 5 and I'll pop back up and do a quick last update, but we'll see.